Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this, and I'm back finally. I have been busy, I think. Been busy playing The Witcher 3. That's for sure. So I thought I would do another one of these, considering E3 is next week. If you want to know when it is in Australia, I'll give you the link to all the time zones in the bottom. Somebody else did it this year, thank God, because I think I fucked it up last year. But essentially, if you want to follow my reactions through it, I will be up from midday on Monday, which is when Bethesda starts, and then I have to stay awake, I know, from midday till 2:30 in the morning on the Tuesday, so that's what, quite a bit of time. And then Microsoft starts at 2:30, and then EA, Ubisoft, and then Sony closes that day at normally around noon on Tuesday. So I'm going to be up for quite a while. Tanner will be here, so I'm sure we can do some more of these videos like we did last year. If you're interested, do let me know about like post reactions and stuff. But I thought that this would be my E3 predictions. People were asking for it, and I do want to do it. I'm not going to respond to any comments or questions this episode. I do apologize, because I think I'm going to waffle on about this shit for God only knows how long. But if you do have any questions, concerns, comments, email them or voice message them if you can do that. I think that would be a cool concept, but we probably won't get that far, but it's okay. But if you'd feel like doing that, please do. Or leave a comment or tweet me at YAIM on Twitter. Don't use my Facebook page, because I never use it, and I don't really use Facebook anyway. My birthday is also coming up on July 2nd. That's my birthday. I'll be having a Festivus or a party with a shit ton of booze and cocaine and strippers, so if you do want to come along, let me know. But I should probably, hang on, turn this screen off. There we go. If I turn the screen off, you don't get the reflection in my glasses, hopefully. Because without them, I cannot see and I look weird. I feel like I look like a lesbian with them off, just because of the hair. I mean, the beard's probably a giveaway. Not that there's anything wrong with looking like a lesbian. I just think for a man, that's probably not a good thing to aspire to look like. Now, before we get into, I'm going to break it down from Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, Sony, and I think that's it. I'm not really talking about Square Enix or whoever, Nintendo as well. I don't really care, because I don't really I could not care less about any of those guys, especially Japanese companies. I'm just not interested in Japanese stuff anymore. Sorry, guys. So no, we're going to start with Bethesda, then go on to Microsoft. And then we're going to go to, I wrote stuff down, how professional am I? Electronic Arts, Ubisoft, and Sony. I'm pretty confident that's the order they go in. But before we get started with that, I'm going to go with just some general themes that I think is going to happen this E3. A lot of these are obvious, but a lot of them are my little nuanced bullshit that I like to spout. If I can get it out. There we go, I did get it out. But before we start, I have a message on my phone. Flybys. Kieran, your Flybys point statement has arrived. Excellent. I had $10 worth of Flyby dollars. No one knows I'm talking about it unless you live in Australia. And I bought a ukulele with it. Can't play it. Don't want to play it, but I bought it. Fuck it. So I often, for whatever reason, being a licensed stockbroker, give you my stock tips if you're planning on entering the world of stock ownership. Prior to E3 of what I think is going to happen, who's going to rise, who's going to fall. And these are my tips this year. For the past like 25 years, it has always been buy Sony, sell Microsoft, because I feel like Sony is going to do a good job and Microsoft aren't. And that has been the case every year for like the past 100 years. But this year, I think that's going to change, because I think the investors are a bit concerned about Sony doing what they always do. I mean, all the companies do it, but Sony do it to the nth degree, and that is, yeah, we've got this. We've got The Last of Us 2. We've got Uncharted 4. We've got, you know, that other game. We've got this. It's coming out this year. And then a month later, maybe next year. Maybe the year after that, maybe. And they do it all the time. So I think that's going to inhibit it a bit. And not only that, but I don't think Sony are going to have the best E3. I don't think anyone's really going to have a good E3 except Bethesda. Because we're in that awkward phase where we don't really have much going for us. Yeah, a shit ton of people bought the new consoles, and we don't really have enough content to support it at the moment, but we do in the next couple of years at least, but we don't really have anything cool to announce at the moment, so it's just going to be like the usual Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and some remastered. That's why I think this E3 is going to be about. So yeah, my stock options, suggestions are sell your Sony shares and buy some Microsoft shares. Although with buying Microsoft shares, it's dangerous, because Microsoft are a bit, you know, more than a... Because the only thing making Sony money is their game division, but that's my stock advice. Go and follow it blindly. So yeah, that's my theory. As long as Windows 10 doesn't get mentioned in Microsoft's thing, I think they'll win. So invest in them. But if they do mention Windows, then we're fucked. Okay, so I'm just going to... I know I said Bethesda would start with, but I'm going to start with my general things. I think, right, there's going to be no Last Guardian. Get over it, people. For God's sake. I mean, the 4 people that are still looking forward to The Last Guardian are going to be very disappointed again. But I don't think we're going to see any Last Guardian stuff. And if we do, I'll be very surprised. I don't think anyone cares anymore. I really don't. I mean, the people that were interested in The Last Guardian that played the game before it, which I cannot remember the name of, Ico, that doesn't sound right. It could be... I think that's who... Anyway, Ico has got something to do with it. We're really looking forward to it, and then they've kind of just moved on to bigger and better things, and I don't think... I mean, you know, you'd be dropping a collective turd if you were to publish that now. I mean, people would buy it, but... It's too long. It's too late. It's going to be the Duke Nukem all over again. That it could be. It has to be at this point, you know, a diamond, and it won't be. So there's no Last Guardian, people. It's time to get over it. I think 2K Games are going to have a big one. I mean, they don't have their own press conference, and I'm not sure that they normally announce things at E3, but I can see 2K Games having quite a big showing. I think there's going to be a new Mafia game, although the second one was pretty okay, but it's, you know, it's a franchise. I think this is going to be the year of the franchise, if nothing else more. If nothing else more. If nothing more else. I don't know. Whatever I just said, you know what I mean. Because I think, again, you're in that awkward phase where you don't really want to release something new because it's a couple of years off and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be very franchise heavy, as it always seems to be. I also think that you're going to get a completely retooled Prey 2. At least I'm really hoping, because the original Prey was really good, and that's hard. That's, you know, rarer than rocking horse shit to find these days. But if you can find it, go to like pawn stores, or where else, like EB Games, and have a look through it. You might find a copy. Pick it up. It's amazing. It was amazing back in the day. It's probably aged like shit. But 'tis a good game nonetheless. I probably should have turned caffeine on. I do apologize. Hang on. I'm very... As somebody who's been doing this for quite a while, I'm very amateur, as you could tell. So now the laptop won't turn off. Knock on wood. So yeah, I think 2K Games are going to have a great year at E3 this year. It probably won't be stuff I care about. If they announce Borderlands, I'm not going to care. But I think for the people that love 2K Games, I think it's going to be a big one. I don't think you're going to get a slim console from any manufacturer. The only reason these people release one is because the parts are cheaper. I don't think the parts are going to be that much cheaper to warrant a slim console a year and a half. It's been 2 years. When did they launch? I can't remember. No, it would be a year and a half. And if anyone does do it, I think it's going to be Sony. I don't know why. It would have to be Microsoft, because that thing is like the size of a 1970s VCR. But I think the majority of people that own the consoles now are kind of over what it looks like. I mean, they don't look pretty. They never will. They never have. And again, they only do it because the parts internally are cheaper, and I don't think you'll get that. I will think if you do, then it'll be Sony and not Microsoft. Because Microsoft, they, in terms of console-y stuff like that, they really, you know, they see the competition doing it and think, well, fuck, we better do it. But again, you will get like a PlayStation Batman, or a Batman PlayStation 4, or a Destiny, or like a Halo thing of the Xbox. You'll get that, but I don't think you're going to get a slim model. I think we're going to get some new online bullshit. I don't know what it is yet. It's kind of the equivalent to the Levolution that we had to fucking sit through like 3 years ago. You're going to get some new online shit that, like, if your friend doesn't have the game through PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, they can play it in all this, you know, like the Far Cry thing. I think you're going to get something similar to that from either PlayStation or Xbox, or both. I'm not sure what it is yet. It could be something streaming or sharing, stuff like that. But there's going to be some new online gimmick. And I don't know what it is. So leave a suggestion of what you think that could be if I am correct. Right. So my big thing is that I think, although I could be wrong, because Disney did buy it for like $5 billion, zillion dollars. But I do think somebody has picked up the Star Wars, Star Wars 1313. I think they would be stupid not to. So I think somebody else is developing and or publishing Star Wars 1313, and we're going to see that at E3. That's what I think. I hope so, because I don't like Star Wars at all, but I thought that game looked really cool, and, you know, Star Wars fans deserve a good video game. And they're going to get that, granted. I hope they're not. with Star Wars, but Battlefront. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on anyway. So those are my general ones. Now let's go into the specifics, starting with Bethesda, which is the one I'm looking forward to the most, because obviously Fallout 4, how have I not spoken about that yet? Simple, because I don't want to plug the Xbox 360 back in and go play Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas until my eyes bleed like I normally do every time I mention Fallout. But Fallout, it looks so good, and people are, we're going to go into a Fallout rant here. People are bitching, oh, the game doesn't even look that good. Oh, it looks fucking horrible. See, this is my assumption that I'm going to make about this generation of consoles. What I think has happened is that for some fucking weird reason, video games have become the cool thing to do instead of talking about that local sports team or listening to music CDs. Both of which I do. I'm trying to play nerdy. But it seems to be the new coolness. And the people that have latched onto it, and you can see it everywhere. You can see people piggybacking the shit out of video games, whether it be Smosh or the Elders React thing on YouTube. I mean, don't get me wrong, the React thing is fucking hilarious. But like Smosh and production companies, entertainment companies latching onto the video game industry at the moment is just depressing. And I think because of that, we're getting a lot more casual players in, which is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It's just the casuals don't know when to stop. And they've gone out and they've bought Grand Theft Auto because that was the hotness, and then they went out and got, great nerdy games like The Witcher and other games like that, and they just bitch about it because they don't fully understand it. If it doesn't look great and you can't shoot people, they're probably not going to like the game, which is my reasoning why people are bitching about the Fallout, because they've heard of Fallout before when their nerdy friend that they didn't talk to very much was mentioning it. But now they've seen it and they're like, oh, I need that game because I've got no other games for my PlayStation 4. And they just find the littlest things to bitch about. The shitty graphics are Fallout. Like, that is Fallout. And Fallout is going to be amazing, I have no doubt, which is why I'm probably not going to look at so much stuff for it. But my God, when they show it off this E3, I'm going to be so excited. So that's my little rant about the coolness of gaming these days, and you can see it. Like, you see it on Facebook, like friends and friends. Oh, I got the PlayStation 4. Oh, cool. What games did you get? Oh, I got what was one example? Oh, The Witcher. There's too much talking in this game, but it's The Witcher though. You like, it's like me going to a rugby league game and just going, well, this game sucks, even though it does. But I don't do that. I should though. Or AFL. I'm a soccer and a basketball fan. Don't hate me. So yeah, Fallout. It's going to be amazing. I think you're definitely going to get a release date. I'm not confident it's going to be this year. Although it would be very fucking nice, but I don't think so. And if it's not this year, you're not going to get a remastered of Skyrim. A lot of people said you're going to get a remastered Skyrim or Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope not. Because Like, granted, all the remasters so far are games that I really want to play again anyway, but fuck, I already own them. But I would so buy Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Don't tell them that, but I would. I also think you're going to get Dishonored 2. I mean, it's time. It'd be stupid not to announce it. I mean, I do really like the first one, but a lot of people did, and a lot of people thought it was great, and a lot of people, of course, will buy the sequel, and I believe their DLC was unbelievably successful as well. So Dishonored 2, lock that in. You're going to hear some more shit about Elder Scrolls Online. We're over it. We don't care. It hasn't even launched here yet. I think it launches next week. I could be wrong. Or it might have just launched. But anyway, not interested. I mean, yeah, it's free to play now, which, of course, is, the nail in the coffin for any MMO. So not interested. But those who are, I'm sure you'll be hearing about some kind of Elder Scrolls Online stuff. You're going to hear Doom, which I don't think Doom translates into 2015 anymore. Like, I don't think we need to revisit it, but that's what they're going to do. Why wouldn't they? They own it. And hopefully Machine Games are going to be working on something amazing. They did a fucking phenomenal job with Wolfenstein, especially after the original creators, id Software, fucked it up, just like they fucked everything up that hasn't been from the early to late 90s. Don't like id Software. Obviously, you can tell, but they're kind of like one of those developers that were really great, but now they just don't have it anymore. Like the Wolfenstein they made, I think 2008, was just a piece of shit. And Doom, I think, is one of those games that the minority of gamers will latch onto, not so much the majority. So I hope that they're not getting. I think they already have announced it. I could be wrong, but I think Machine Games are already working on that. And if so, I think that's a bit of a waste. I'd like to see them work on something as equally great as Wolfenstein, but I could be wrong. Doom could be an amazing game when or if it comes out. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about for Bethesda, because it's going to be Fallout heavy. Thank God. So I'm very excited for that. I will think you'll get a Fallout date. I do not think it will be this year. That's my one big point that I wanted to get across. And now Microsoft. So Microsoft come on after Bethesda a full 14 and a half hours later. E3 really takes it out of me, because you got to stay up, and it's just, I used to be able to stay up when I was a kid, but now I'm too old for this shit. But, you know, it's hilarious. So if you do want to live tweet with me, I'll be live tweeting the whole thing. I remember, like, every other year, I've gotten some following on there because I've said something controversial. Like I said, they should get that bitch off the stage at Ubisoft, and people started latching on. She's not funny. She's funny in Archer, but that's when the lines are written by someone with talent. So, Microsoft. Crackdown 3. You're going to get a lot of Crackdown 3 stuff. I don't understand why everyone was so excited about Crackdown 3. I don't understand why they ended the show with Crackdown 3, because in my head is full of logic. And the logic was Crackdown was an okay game that was okay primarily because it was like the only game you could play on Xbox at the time. But it had a really cool concept. Don't get me wrong, it was fun. It's aged very terribly, as all of those have. And then Crackdown 2 came out, and Crackdown 2 was fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. So unless Crackdown 3 is going back to the old formula that we don't know it is, because all we've seen is that, you know, that CG trailer, then that will be good. But if not, then we're fucked. So it will be interesting to see where they're going, but it'll be interesting to see where they're going, but I don't understand the massive boner that everyone has for it. That's just me. I could be the minority on that, but I don't get it. I think you're going to get a Gears of War HD remake or reimagining, whatever the fuck that's called. I forgot the word. Port of the HD version of all the Gears of War games, and that'll be great for the people that love Gears of War. But I also think you're getting a brand new Gears of War game as well. I think they're going to open with, we've got a new Gears of War 4, blah, 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 blah. But to fill you in, here's the HD Trilogy Collection massive boner pack. So that'll be great for the people that love Gears of War. I'm not a big Gears of War fan, but I would definitely be keen to see the new Gears of War that I think they are releasing. And hopefully they should, because otherwise they haven't got a leg to stand on. Only with Halo, which is conveniently, I forgot to write down. That's how much I care about Halo. I forgot to write it down on Microsoft's E3 list. Good work, Kieran. But yeah, new Gears of War. I think a brand new if it's Gears of War 4, I believe a new studio is working on it called The Coalition. And because of that, I don't think that game will sell very well in Australia, because fuck The Coalition. People living in Australia will understand what I mean there. People outside of the country will be like, what the hell is he talking about now? You goddamn... what do Americans say? I'm not allowed to do that. I got in trouble on my Xbox, you stupid piece of shit video. Americans can't accept the fact that people talk differently, and then when they mention that other people talk differently, and the people that talk differently apparently shoot back at the Americans, no, you talk differently, they get super offended, as I've noticed, which is weird for a country with so many different dialects and like accents. It's weird. But yeah, they can't accept it. I was gonna say, Kieran, you crazy Aussie. I mean, they can say it's. Don't get me started. Anyway, no, what do they say? Instead of Aussie, Aussie. No, that's not right. They say something stupid. I can't remember. No, can't remember it. But somebody said something about Ozzy Osbourne, and it was funny. Anyway, okay. Oh, that's right. They can say Ozzy Osbourne, but they can't say Ozzy. It's weird. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with E3 nor Microsoft. So I do think you're going to get a new Gears of War. They're going to be showing the new Call of Duty, which I couldn't give a shit about. I mean, I know I don't want to sound like that person, but I was really looking forward to maybe like a step backwards and going more the traditional Modern Warfare or even like a World War II game. Because I speak for everyone, I think, when when I say I think we're pretty burned out with this future shit. It's just not. It's not fun at all to me. I mean, it's cool in theory, and the single player is pretty cool. But it's like, fuck, we get it. Oh, here's a drone. Here's a robot thing. Here's a suit of armor thingamajiggy. Here's a fucking missile strike. Here's the measles plague and a bomb. We get it. Like, give us something more traditional. I think that's going to be the World War II games of this generation, future warfare, and I don't like it. It's boring to me. But again, World War II's been done to death. But I don't know. I'm very sick of the futuristic shit. So yeah, that's going to be Microsoft heavy, as Call of Duty always is. I also think that Fallout might be a little bit Xbox sided. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I just think it will be. I hope not, because that would suck for all the people on PlayStation, but it could be. I don't know. Again, I don't know why I'm saying it. No slim console. We've already gone through that. New controller. Apparently they've got a new controller. Don't know why. Nothing wrong with the old one, except the fact it didn't have a 3.5mm jack in the fucking thing. But apparently this one does, and it's a little bit slimmer or something. I didn't really read the article, but you'll get the new controller. And a lot of people are like, oh, it should have fucking rechargeable batteries. Blah, 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 blah. See, I used to be a big fan of, yeah, fuck it, put the rechargeable battery in there because the PlayStation 3 did it. But now I look at it and I'm like, I can run, especially this generation. Like the PlayStation 4 controller lasts, being lenient, I would say runs 25%. 25% at 20. Hang on, how do I word this? I would say the Xbox One controller with AA batteries in it runs 75% more in one charge than the PlayStation 4 controller does. Like, mine dies all the time, and I was convinced that it was my controller, so I put the other one in. It's that one as well. But again, you can just plug it in and recharge it, which is fine. But, you know, if you've got a pair of cheap rechargeable AA batteries, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it's up to you, whatever you prefer. I normally use a wired controller because I'm still stuck in the 90s and I can't get over it. But yeah, that's just me. But it is pretty impressive how long the Xbox One controller lasts with just some AA batteries in there. So that's cool. But you're going to get the new controller with the 3.5mm jack in it. Thank God. I don't know why they just couldn't fucking do that in the first place. I'm 50-50 on the next point I want to make. Are we going to get a new Fable? Fable sucks. But Microsoft fucking love it. So it's a 50-50. Are we going to get a new Fable? Are we not going to get a new Fable? I don't know. I don't care. I don't play Fable. Fable 2 was fucking horrible. Fable 3 was even fucking worse. Not interested. It's Baby's first RPG, but I would rather have Baby play Fallout because it's a good game, or Elder Scrolls, or Witcher, or any of the other RPGs that aren't fucking Fable. Fable sucks. Get over it, people. It's terrible. I think that Microsoft are going to be the first ones to announce a new IP. Yes, that's right. I said it. New IP. It's going to be some kind of shooter, because that's all the Xbox is shooters. I'm not sure what kind of game it'll be, but I do have a theory that it will be a brand new IP, and I think they will open that up, because I don't think we're going to get many brand new IPs from anyone. And that, of course, hopefully will be first party. That's all I can speak about that. Halo, again, you guys know a bit more about Halo than I do, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But they're going to show off Halo. Is it Halo 4? Yeah, or Halo 5. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo ODST, Halo 4. It is Halo 5. Nailed it. I probably got it wrong. And that Alan Wake thing. I can't remember the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. That dude, Sam Lake. Is that his name? Yeah. Remedy, I think it is. Can't remember it. I think that is being that game that I cannot remember the name of. You know what it is. I think that's been completely retooled. I think they've completely changed everything about it, for better or for worse. I don't think it's that weird TV show gimmick that no one wanted anymore. But we will see how that's going down at this year's E3, because they didn't show it off at last year E3. They waited, I believe, if I remember correctly. So they will show more stuff about that at this E3, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not sure where they're going to go. I do think they're going to have like an indie section with all their, arcade games, which is great. For those people who are interested. I mean, are they going to have something else to sell you on Xbox Live? What that is yet, I don't know. I think Sony are also going to do the same thing. But I do think Microsoft will have the better E3 conference of the two. Because Sony have really got nowhere to go but down, and Microsoft have really got nowhere to go but up. And that's my theory behind that. I could be wrong. They could shoot themselves in the foot. They've done it before, much like Nintendo. And Sony have done in the past as well. No one's immune to it, but I do think Microsoft will have the better conference this year, with in terms of games at least. All right, EA. I don't really care about any of the EA stuff, but just for you guys, I've decided to write 3 lines down anyway. They're going to go through their usual sports collection that I don't think anyone at E3 cares about. Just do it in a press release the day before. Get it over and done with. And I mean, no one cares about your Ignite thing and like, yeah, we really fucked up NBA, but we're going to get it right this year. No, you're not. Just stop. NBA 2K is not perfect. It has serious problems, but it is head and shoulders better than anything NBA Live could ever do, ever. Give it up. And to think that EA almost had the NBA license like the NFL one that they have, that's scary. NBA Live sucks. Give it up. FIFA, people are going to buy FIFA regardless, even if there are women in it, which my opinion was, like, I don't care. I don't play FIFA that. I don't buy FIFA. I don't play it. I'm not, I will sometimes when friends are here and they want to play it because that's all they do because they're ethnics. They only play FIFA, concrete things, drive their fully sick Nissan V8 Skyline, and attack surfers at Manly. That's pretty much all they're good for. I jest. But my issue with it is it's a typical EA piggybacking on social issues to get some more attention. They did it in Dragon Age with a gay character that they had to send a press release out. Like, who cares? And they shot themselves in the foot when they said, yeah, we want it to be realistic. Look, credit to women athletes. Credit to you, honestly. I mean, you're probably better than I could ever be at any sport that you do. But, fuck, compared to the men, most women's sports are fucking terrible and nobody watches it. So how are you going to make it realistic? And that's not just me being a sexist pig. I mean, that's the truth. Look at the attendance figures for female soccer games. And they've only put like 10 teams in there. Who is going to play as that? It's just EA doing their usual, piggybacking off social issues that they've been doing for ages. And then when people saw through it, they get angry and start attacking them. But that's, I lost a few followers because of my hilarious tweets about that thing. I think one of my because the joke that all female soccer players are lesbians. Joke. Hear that word? Joke. I said that, wow, they're really going for it now because they got women and lesbians, so they must have 2 in the bush. It's a joke. You don't have to laugh if you don't want to. But you know what I mean? And then I don't think they're really going to have much this year because I don't think they're going to show a Battlefield game with Star Wars. I could be wrong, but I don't think they would because Battlefield Hardline was shit, Battlefield 4 was shit, and Battlefield 3 was shit. So I could be wrong. Battlefield 5 could be even shitter. So yeah, I don't think you're going to get a Battlefield, but I don't think there's going to be much in this at all. I mean, there's probably going to be some sim stuff and some mobile stuff, but other than that, I mean, I think it's just going to be, Battlefield, Star Wars, the sport games, Mirror's Edge release date. I mean, again, this is kind of, I don't get it. Like, who the fuck likes Mirror's Edge that much? But, the 7 people that's going to buy it on release date, they're going to be stoked that Mirror's Edge is going to get a release date and they're going to get some more gameplay, despite the first one sucked. It's a trend here. And then Star Wars. I don't like DICE. I don't trust DICE. I think they make shitty games. And I think Star Wars is going to be equally shitty. It's just going to be a Battlefield clone with Star Wars on it, but they will be going on about that until it's time for Ubisoft to take the stage. So a lot of Battlefield. Why do I keep calling it Battlefield? I wonder. A lot of Star Wars, Battlefield, Battlefront. Let's just call it what it is. So yeah, I don't think they've shown any gameplay that I'm aware of. But get ready for all the EA gameplay trailers of CGI bullshit. If anyone is guilty of that, EA, my God. So yeah, I can't see there being much stuff. I mean, EA is kind of like the cookie cutter E3 press conference at this stage. Yeah, we got FIFA. Yep, we got this. Battlefield. Yep. So they could surprise me. They could, but I don't think they are. And I definitely think they're going to have the worst one again, like they always do. It's normally a tie between them and Microsoft. But Microsoft, I think this year, are going to have the best one. Right, let's get into where some of my surprises are going to come, and that is Ubisoft. Ubisoft, I believe, come after EA, or they could come before. I'm not sure, but there's like some weird 4-hour gap between Microsoft and the next one where you can't really do anything. So that's unfortunate. But Ubisoft, I think they're going to have some surprising stuff. But they're going to have their casual shit as well, like Just Dance and all that kind of stuff. Like, we don't care about that. We're not talking about that because we don't care, do we, guys and ladies? Do ladies watch this? The statistics say yes, but my email box, phone number, and bedroom floor says no. So, you know. Okay, so I think we're going to get Far Cry 5, which I think is a very bad move, because Far Cry 3 was amazing. Far Cry 4 was... This is pretty great. But I think you'll find that if they release a new Far Cry, I think that'll be it for a while. Because I think everyone's so over Far Cry at this point. Because Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4 didn't change at all. Like, they're the same fucking game on a new map. I mean, to a T. And that was fine, but we tire from that very easily, which is what they're learning with their Assassin's Creed franchise, which we'll get on into in a minute. So Far Cry 5, I think that's going to be locked in. I hope not, because I think that the game needs a rest and a little bit of retooling, because there's definitely a lot of stuff in there that just isn't very good. But there's a lot of stuff that's great. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with Far Cry, but I definitely think you'll get a Far Cry announcement of some sort. Maybe just an expansion for Far Cry 4, hopefully. That'd be great. But I'm not sure. I think you're going to get Rainbow Six Siege or whatever it's called. I think they changed the name, didn't they? And I think that's going to be very different than what we saw last year. Very different. Because I don't think what they showed last year was accurate. And I don't think... It's easy to get caught up at E3 and go, oh, this is fucking amazing. But really, who's going to play like that? No one. So I think it's going to be retooled. Same with the Division, but I think the Division this year is going to look shitty. Because again, I think we're slowly moving away from that online trend that happened 2-3 years ago, which was co-op. And you'll notice if you look back at all the other E3s from like 3 years ago, co-op. I think we're slowly moving away from co-op. Thank God. So I think, the Division's going to look pretty shitty this year, because I was on the fence. It could be really great or it could be really shitty. I think it's one of those games. And sadly, there are a lot of those games that are either really great or really shitty. There seems to be no middle ground. So the Division, I think, will look average at best. And then Assassin's Creed. Don't care. I like it's in London or something, which is completely the opposite. I mean, the cool thing about Assassin's Creed was that these people could come together and build a world in a video game that we haven't seen before, whether it be, in the Middle East in the 1100s or France or like Italy in the 1400s? And now they've just gone, yeah, fuck it, we're medieval. Oh, not medieval, we're, industrial age. And I'm like, fuck, there's so many industrial age games. French Revolution is boring because no one likes to fucking play as French people. It's just, it's boring. Like, how Assassin's Creed has missed the whole ninja thing. Like, I'm not one of those weeaboo freaks at all. I don't like Japan. I would like to go there one day, but their culture is fucking weird to me. I'm not one of those people. But how they have missed the opportunity of ninjas in Japan, of Assassin's Creed, I have no fucking idea. No idea. So I think going, to the 1800s or the 1900s or whatever the fuck this game is a massive mistake. Because then you take what was cool about Assassin's Creed, it's swords and blades and it's stealthy, and then now it's guns. That's fun. No, it's not. So I'm not interested in Assassin's Creed at all. I think I played 3 hours of Unity and said, yeah, it's just fucking shit. And how correct I was. Anyway, okay, moving on. So that's pretty much Ubisoft, although I think we are going to get a CGI trailer of Watch Dogs 2, nothing else, no gameplay, no mention of it, no in-depth talk about it, just some CGI trailer, letting the investors know that it's out there, which can either go one or two ways, really shitty or really good. Depends how you I think Watch Dogs was terrible personally, but we'll see. That's my little prediction for Ubisoft. And finally, we've made it to the end, guys. Get excited. Sony. Yes, and now you will see why I think they're going to have a bit of a shitty E3. Uncharted 4, we already know. We're going to see gameplay. It's going to be amazing. It's Uncharted. I don't need to talk about Uncharted anymore. If you haven't played the other Uncharted, you're in luck because they've got the Uncharted HD collection. Yay. Already own them. I'm not buying them again. Like, but it's Uncharted. Fuck. I might. So, yeah. You're going to get the Batman and all the Ubisoft stuff because Ubisoft have just, like, got the Sony dick in their ass. Power to them. Hey, why not? So you're going to get like the Batman and then Ubisoft stuff. I think will take up quite a bit. I think you're going to get a new Gran Turismo, which, like, I don't get racing games at the best of times, and I very little get like accurate, hardcore representations of racing games. Like Mario Kart, I get, but if you're into Gran Turismo, you're into Gran Turismo. So I think you're going to get a new one of those. Maybe a new Ratchet and Clank or a Resistance. I would like to see Resistance because I liked the third one. But either way, you're going to get one of them. One of them. A new Killzone, maybe. I don't know why, but what else are those guys going to work on? Killzone is terrible. But give the people what they want. Am I right? I don't think you're going to get anything new IP based. Although hopefully we'll get to see some agent stuff. Isn't that right? Rockstar and Sony. Liars. And a shit ton of indie stuff. I don't think Sony have that much to show. I mean, again, they're going to be wrong. They're going to come on stage and go, yeah, we've got The Last of Us 2. We've got fucking this brand new game, this brand new IP, 20 other games coming out tomorrow that we haven't announced, but we've been working on for the past 50 years, so they're perfect. Yeah, but I think a lot of the Sony thing is going to be, and exclusive to Sony, Watch Dogs content, Assassin's Creed content, Batman content, Call of Duty content, shit like that. I think that's going to be a big thing of Sony's press conference. And really, because it sucks to be Sony, because then they have to talk about the PlayStation Portable, which hopefully they don't do, because no one has one anymore. No one plays it. Kieran, I play mine all the time. No, you don't. No one does. No one plays it. Oh, there's no games for the PlayStation Portable. I wonder why. This thing called mobiles. Get one. So then they have to talk about that fiasco that is. I mean, Sony is when they should just talk about games. Sometimes they really nail it, and that's all they do. But then other times they're like, "Here's the PlayStation Vita. Here's our streaming service that sucks and is overpriced. Here's what we're doing here," and they're all over the place. Whereas hopefully this year, Microsoft is games, and Sony might be the opposite. I don't know. It's probably everything I say always turns out to be the fucking opposite anyway, so don't take anything I've said to the bank. Unless you mean my bank, in which case you can email me for my bank account details. So that's pretty much it. I don't know how long I've been talking about, if you don't mind. I've been talking for 36 minutes. Shit. So it was a pretty successful video. I'd love to answer some of your comments, concerns. So if you have any, email them. I have a stockpile I have to do for next episode. So let me know if you're going to watch E3, if you're going to stay up with me and live tweet along with me. And Tanner and I should say. And that's really about it. Those are all my unbelievably insider knowledge E3 tips and tricks and theories and predictions. None of which will probably come true. But like I said, I mean, the hardcore stuff that, we should really just be focusing on is there's all this little shit, really. But, Fallout 4, a new Dishonored, Crackdown, a new Gears of War, possibly, a brand new IP shooter from Microsoft, 2K having a big year, hopefully. EA is going to suck it up. Ubisoft are going to come a close second. I think all their games are going to change from what they looked like last year. And Sony, they really have nothing that's going to surprise me, I don't think. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are on this year's E3 and if you're going to watch it. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Au revoir.